Hello guys, welcome to another YouTube update. We are at a new location, thank God, and now been about 2 months, going to the second month. What we've been doing here is we started small, on small parcel, trying to start regenerating. As you can see, ahead of us is some capsicum that is about 2 months old. So what we did, we came and tapped this area that was full of growth with this material. This is a crop residue from beans. That's a bean straw. Just mulched the whole area, and right away we didn't let it start breaking down. We started our plantation right away. So we did this capsicum, but we've been having a challenge with the cutworms. So we've been having to replace the capsicum time and again, and that is why you see the growth is might not be uniform. And then again, there is this on this area. And then if we can move ahead, you have some a bit drying out. This we replaced this on Saturday of last week, but I think we did it at the wrong time. We should have done the transplants in the afternoon. We did it midday. And so yes, maybe we'll get some more replacements and do that when the heat is lower, when it's more conducive. So this is a tapped down area. We have some more capsicum ahead of us. As you can see, this place, what happened is we had a lot of seedlings, more than could fit the area that we had material to mulch. So we were left with so we had little choice than to just now do a light tillage. Didn't really dig up the soil. What we did is we slashed the area, planted the capsicum, and then when there was a bit of overwhelming growth, we did what like a light weeding. And from observation, what we've been seeing is that on this side, where we did the no-till, growth has been much better and faster than this side. Something else that I feel we need to talk about is what we use for fertility then. How do we feed the crop? In a regenerative system, it is not really about putting input to feed the crop, but rather feed the soil and now let the soil feed the crop. So what that means is we try to grow biology, that is bacteria, fungus, protozoa, nematodes, you name it. Feed it, use that in the soil, use that to feed the soil, and once we have the soil teeming with biology, then the biology is able now to mine or extract nutrients or minerals or whatever it is that the crop may require from the soil. Remember, it is not that your soil is lacking, it is only that your nutrients are not in a plant available form. You will never you will never run out of nutrients from your soil. Your crop will never feed or exhaust nutrient resources from the soil. The problem that we have in our conventional systems, or why you feel or why you need to use fertilizers, is because your soil's nutrients are not in a plant available form. That is why you plant crops, they cannot come up without fertilizers. You have to keep going. So how do we make now, or how do we regenerate soil to make nutrients or micronutrients as well be plant available? We'll show you a little something that we are doing here. We do that through composting. You can have thermal compost. You can have compost that is done by worms, that is a vermiculture or worm composting. You can do brews that or ferments. There are recipes that you can use to grow and multiply soil biology and now put it into the soil. What we have here is a mix of decomposing organic matter. So we have crop residue, as you can see. We have a crop residue of maize tover. We have decomposing leaves. We used some cotton seed cake on this as well. We did also some biochar or charcoal waste. We used some molasses as well, and seashells. We have seashells, cooked seashells. What we do is that for availability of calcium and phosphorus, we get seashells, or you can even use eggshells. Just cook it up or roast it on a pan and mix it in your compost pile. This pile is heating up, and since we are doing this in under aerobic conditions, in the presence of oxygen, it is time that now we need to turn it. You can see the whitish growth. That tells you we have fungal growth. The heat tells you we have a good multiplication of bacteria, but we do not want it to get too hot that you start killing your beneficials and now start attracting pathogens or disease-causing microorganisms. So we'll just turn this and then cover it up again and leave it out for about another week. Then come give it another turn, and it will be good to use. We use about a handful of this on every planting hole, for the seedlings. So yeah, that's that. So people may ask, or something that I feel is important to talk about, you may ask, why do we need to regenerate, or what are the benefits of soil regeneration? Let's start with what is regeneration. What is regenerative agriculture? Basically, with regenerative agriculture, we are trying to restore or take back the soils to what they used to be, returning soil health so that it will be able to support production of food without synthetic interventions. And the way to do that is to get back the right biology. The way to do that also is to capture atmospheric carbon. As you can remember, most of us, I think, we learned in primary school how plants take carbon from the atmosphere, and through photosynthesis they are able to synthesize, create sugars, amino acids, and put it back in the soil. Now that is what is going to form the food for the soil food web. That is for feeding the bacteria, fungus, nematodes, protozoa, and the whole community that lives below ground, to make fertility or to make nutrients available to our crops. So basically carbon, we need to capture carbon from the atmosphere, put it back in the soil. That is where it actually belongs. And without tillage, or with reduced tillage, we ensure that that carbon stays where it is supposed to be. Rather than having, when you till, you have carbon escaping and moving to the atmosphere, the crop can capture it and put it back down. So basically, that is that for today's update. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, share this video with friends. We are on a learning journey. We can take this journey together. If you've got pointers, something that you want to mention or some input, please feel free to do so. Thank you very much, and until another update, stay safe.